name is Cherae Leri. I'm from Houston, Texas, by way of Atlanta, Georgia. I've been born into the music from my family, but I professionally put out my first single in 2014, where it went viral overseas, called Mirage. Anybody that's in this industry, whether you're an artist or a producer or a writer, you never know where your path is going to take or how long. I think the key point for a lot of artists is you never know how long. It's the unknowing that, like, it kills us inside. You don't know when it's going to be your time. You don't know when your song is going to do good. You don't know when to put something out. You just never know. So I feel like the unknowing will always be that one thing that all of us artists, and I call producers, writers, all of us artists, that we have together that we can share. It's just the unknowing. Have no expectations for anything. Don't expect this to be the one that people love, because it might be the one that you don't love to be the song that everybody loves. Don't expect it to just blow up overnight. Don't expect people to give you anything. Don't expect for things to be free, and it just don't expect anything. I feel like when you don't expect, you don't set yourself up for failure. And when you do get something that you weren't expecting, then you're like 100 times thrilled just because you weren't expecting it. So it feels better, you know, it feels good when you weren't expecting something to be let down versus expecting something and then you get it, you know? I always tell myself, being as a woman, I gotta come from a woman's aspect on this. You know, when I was young and Lauryn Hill released her album, her only album that went like triple diamond, they bashed her for getting pregnant and starting, you know, fresh into the industry. So being a woman and wanting to have a family, wanting to balance the family life, the music life, basically to have it all, you know, it's kind of unfair, because you hear a lot like, you can't do this right now, you can't get married right now, you can't do a lot of things right now as a woman. But I'm the type of person where I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna do it all, and I'm gonna do it really good, to the point to where you don't even know that, yes, I have a family, yes, I have children, yes, you know, I'm a mother, I am an artist, I travel, I own businesses, I'm in real estate. I do it all because everybody, in my opinion, has the same 24 hours. What's the difference between the president's 24 hours and my 24 hours? You gotta get creative. You have to be creative, because technology now and social media now has taken people that probably would have never have been seen before, or, you know, fashion clothing sites that had never had been seen before, unless there was an Instagram or a Twitter or social influencers. You have to get really creative, and you have to set yourself apart. Yes, it costs money, but sometimes it doesn't cost as much money if you know what to do. And it's all about just finding that next trending thing. People's attention spans are really, really short nowadays, so they're always going to be on to the next thing and the next thing. So you have to make sure that you're that next thing. I'm young, but I'm really old school with a lot of things, and I feel like, yes, social media is there, but what has always helped me and to be beneficial in my career is to be out there more and networking more. So yes, I have the panhandle of my Instagram and Twitter and everything else that's linked to me, but when I'm out and meeting the people, that they say shaking hands and kissing baby, I say hugging hamsters and kissing babies, whatever you want to call it, you know, I give them my social handle, but they also get to see me, so I make an impression. You see how you got Instagram now, they have impressions. I make the real impression in person. And so that's what keeps me always staying, I guess, relevant is the word, you know? And that's just what I have to say as far as like social media. To me, I do it half and half. I pass it out. Of course, I keep it linked to everything that I do, but I also get out there still, and I network, and I meet people, and I go to events, and I have to stay relevant, because who doesn't want to see this face? That is the most critical piece. That, you know, if you play in a video game and you're about to lose and it says critical condition, that's what's going to keep you afloat. Because one thing about even artists to this day that have made it, may not be A stream or B stream, but are up there to where you at least know their name if I say it. There's a couple of artists that I can mention right now that it's like they're not using that critical part that they need to make their career blossom and stay afloat. One thing about why Beyonce is Beyonce, or Lil' Kim is Lil' Kim, or Nicki is Nicki, is because they're always out there and you always see their face. People want to, even though we have social media and people see like they're in your life now, they still want to feel just as close as ever. They want to touch you, you know? So it's crazy how people can be, you know, kind of consumed with an artist, but that's just what it is. And if you want to make it and you want to stay relevant and you want to stay on top, you've got to be at those events. You've got to be, even if it's just an hour, you've got to be there. I have a very, very funny story about TuneCore. When I released my first single, Mirage, I was not on the label. I was actually still living in Houston, Texas, and I was always performing at festivals, but I had never really been in the studio to create, you know, a song that I was going to put out there to, you know, start monetizing. Somebody told me about TuneCore. I had never heard about it before. Got on TuneCore. I set it up. I did not know what I was doing. So I ended up setting a date for a release for my song because it asks you, you can't release it the same day you upload it. It's going to tell you to pick a date. I didn't know it was going to be released everywhere that TuneCore is on. So it was on Apple Music. It was on Spotify. It was on SoundCloud. It was everywhere. And I got an email saying, your song is now live. And I did not know what was going on. The song was being played, and thanks to TuneCore, it got out so much in my city, alone in Houston, that it was on the radio for 16 weeks straight. So thank you, TuneCore. It went viral overseas where I was known as a British artist, but I'm letting you know today, I am not a British artist. But TuneCore released my song, and I did not know it was going to be released. So thank you guys so much. And then from then, I've always worked with you guys. And one of my songs actually hit billboards coming through TuneCore. It's called Just Business. Shout out to my team. And as an artist, you should always remember that it takes a village to be a great artist. It takes a team to be a great artist. For your mental stability and just for you and your success. I want to shout out William Rain Productions, Invest in Black, Sony Orchard. And I also want to say, as an artist, don't take no for an answer. Just find another way.